5, 4, 3, 2. Thank you all for tuning into the Jaguar Noir. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with show, podcast, or experience, but we'll just go with Jaguar Noir. If you are not subscribed to this YouTube page, please do so. There's more to come from it. We're in the very beginning stages. I would love for you to grow with me. I take all good feedback, good and bad. Just be nice and respectful. But yeah, if you have a chance to, you can check out the Twitter page, Jaguar Noir, and also the Instagram page. Everything is kind of brand spanking new. We're starting this from the ground up. Please be sure to subscribe, follow, all that other good stuff. I will make it my business to kind of create more content as I go on. I've been kind of slacking lately, but we're about to kind of step the game up. Excuse me. So this quick video was more so just in regards to the Carlos King and Nene leaks interview part 1 that has been released. And I'm not gonna front, I'm probably not gonna watch it. So work with me, or give me a little bit of slack here. And I think the reason why I'm probably not gonna watch it is because, at one point in time, I was a huge fan of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And to be honest with you, I still am. I know a lot of people will, make statements such as like, they are corny, it's whack, it needs to go off, they need the old girls back, swap out, so on and so forth. I don't think that it's necessarily that. As you have seen from the beginning of time, they've added new people. We had the Candy, we had the Phaedra and Cynthia, we had the Kenya and Portia, they've had Kim Fields, Claudia Jordan, Eva, Shamari, Drew, Sonia, Courtney, Manietta, so on and so forth. Friends of the show, the Marlows, and the, who's the other one? Shamia, so on and so forth. So, and I mentioned those not in any particular order, but I only say that to say, it takes a group, it takes a village, it's an ensemble cast. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to make it like this, but Beyonce doesn't need Destiny's Child to succeed. And we have seen that in the past, and we see that in the present. And it's nothing against the other members of Destiny's Child, but it's an ensemble thing. You have other groups, let's just say like a TLC, granted, and I love TLC, but you want that full 3-piece. I don't want to get off topic too much because one person is now deceased, RIP Left Eye. But initially speaking, you really didn't want to see them go solo. You wanted that full 3-piece. And I only say that to say and compare that to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It takes a group. While one can say that Nene was this breakout star, she was great, so on and so forth. Some say when Kenya came along, Kenya became the MVP, that Nene may have felt threatened, whatever it may be. It's a group that we tune in for. Or at least that I tune in for. I kind of feel like for some time, the show, in my opinion, although I love it and I watch it regularly and faithfully, it has gone stale over the past years. And I know people are quick to say, well, they need Portia back or they needed Nene back. And I'm like, there are seasons where you had them and it was still whack and stale. You had the whole closet incident, and it was like they barely spoke on that. And it was like this little mystery or whatever. Then you also had the other incident, Snakegate, where it was just like this fake audio, so on and so forth. And you had some of your same favorite girls, but the show was just even stale then. It's been stale for some time. I feel like you just watch these shows, or at least I do, just for the little shady moments, plugs, just to kind of help, build these people's businesses, see what they have going on. We support them, so on and so forth. But it's not like you're really actively watching it because it's great television, just in my opinion. Even if they got new girls and they swapped these out, I still think that it would pretty much more so be the same thing. Why am I getting these notifications? So it's unfortunate because I just feel like Nene, in my opinion, has become a little big-headed over the years. And although I feel like she may be a great person, she's a Sagittarius, I'm partial to Sagittariuses. So she actually may be a great person, but I just kind of feel like she's coming off, and she has come off for some time. It's just very, it's like a monster, very big-headed, very diva, very you need me. And we've seen this different character play out in different movies, TV shows, so on and so forth. That personality, that trait, it just doesn't last long. No one wants to work with that. It seems like what happens with her, in my opinion, another reason why I feel like I don't want to watch it, you don't have to put others down to build yourself up. If you are the SHIT, if you are really that girl, if you are really that person, that boy, that whatever it may be, you don't have to put others down. You are your own person. You have your own lane, so on and so forth. The minute you have to put somebody down to bring yourself up, your insecurity shows. And you're just not as confident as you're making yourself out to be. I remember not too long ago where Mariah from Married to Medicine was also involved in a lawsuit with Bravo and things like that. And I'm not sure what happened with that lawsuit. But one thing I can say is we don't see Mariah constantly, doing interviews or being asked. It's not even so much about, you can't stop a person from asking, but it's like you're participating, you're doing these interviews and you're speaking on it. If you're really that person, grow elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like we keep talking about, oh, she was the star of Housewives of Atlanta. If she's a star, she's going to be a star anywhere. She's going to be able to take that star power to the next opportunity, whatever that may be. The College Hill thing, I don't know what it did. Some of these television acting gigs, I don't know what they did. But I just feel like if you're really that person, please put that into something else and just stop speaking on the show. People stop asking her about the show. I hate to say it like that, but she's not, in my opinion, really needed. The show was whack when Nene was on it. Just my opinion. Just like everyone else, it was whack when she was on it. But the reason why I bring up Mariah is because, like I said, I feel like at least with Mariah, we don't... For some, when you hear somebody constantly complaining about lawsuits and unfair treatment, so on and so forth, but then it's like, oh, I would like to go back. It almost gives like you endured this abuse, but you want to go back. Like it was such a toxic environment, but you want to go back. No, take the opportunity, take your fan base and go on and do something else. Get away from that. Why are you going back to the abuser? Why are you going back to a toxic situation? No need for that. Some say the well has run dry at, the Lanithia Lounge and the Swagalicious Boutique. So this is where the bread and the butter comes from. It's from the show. But, some say you should have thought about that before you open your mouth. But I have nothing to do with that. That's a whole nother, whatever. But I guess, as they say, you reap what you sow. I'm hearing a thing too. It's a little disheartening to hear, that it's being stated that Cynthia was partial or the cause and like Cynthia assisted or, had something to do with getting Nene fired. And a part of me kind of feels like maybe that was in retaliation to when Cynthia felt like Nene was trying to get her fired. And people would say, well, that didn't happen, but I'm a firm believer that Nene had a lot of power and that her words had a lot of power. So when you do interviews and things like that, like Watch What Happens Live, and you say things like, well, I would give her to Cynthia. Cynthia's boring. She brings nothing to the show. That can hold a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? Especially on a platform such as that. We're not talking about some interview on a local Atlanta radio station. We're talking about Watch What Happens Live. That holds a lot of power. So at that point in time, maybe Cynthia felt like, what? You're trying to take, as she stated before, food out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to try and take food out of yours. Not saying that it makes it right, but sometimes with retaliation, hey, you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. We've seen that also kind of take place where it came to Portia, where you wanted to get rid of Phaedra and Portia for good reasons, freaking fraud. They're, declassing the show. I think at one point in time, there may have been a little bit of being threatened by Kenya's presence. And it's like, on one hand, that Kenya was good for the show. But I think on the other hand, you kind of didn't like, you can say that you didn't like what Kenya made the show out to be, so on and so forth, the fake storylines. But there were times where you were laughing with Kenya. You all were hanging outside of this. Where was all that then? That becomes my main thing. Why is this now coming out now? Put it in a book. Yeah, it's just I don't see me watching it. If I'm wrong, people let me know. Feel free to put this in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Please tune in. If anything, depending on how it goes, maybe we'll do something where, we can have a nice little conversation, put that up on the page as well. If you are not following, once again, Jaguar Noir on Twitter, Jaguar Noir on Instagram, please follow those. There will be more to come. Jaguar Noir on this YouTube page. Please like and subscribe and comment too. I'm willing to take good and positive feedback and negative feedback. Like I said, right now, just disregard. I'm doing this. Right now, it's about 2 something in the morning in a bathroom. Yeah, not that you need to know all that, but yeah, it's late. I have to prepare for work tomorrow and just other things. So I just wanted to put something up really quickly, get the ball rolling. Let me know, are you going to tune into the interview? If you did tune into the interview, was it good? What did you take from it? Was it bad? What did you not like about it? And should I? Am I doing myself a disservice by speaking on something that I didn't watch? And, I would understand if you said I did, but, just my opinion. So once again, Jaguar Noir, follow it. Don't have a TikTok yet. Don't know if I'm going to create a Facebook. Facebook is a little, I've had issues with, not issues, but Facebook, I don't get that little algorithm over there. But just kick something. I'm going to go now. You all, once again, thank you for tuning in. And just let me know how you feel. Have a great one. Take care.